Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to Turn a Stone Tarot. I hope you're doing well out there. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. For today's reading, we're going to be looking at what is your next chapter. So we'll look at what is coming into your life for the next phase of your life. What kinds of themes will you be dealing with? What kinds of events may be occurring for you? I'll also be asking any advice that Spirit has for you, so you can prepare perhaps for your next chapter. So should be an interesting reading. I'm looking forward to getting into the cards. I've selected 3 kind of primary theme cards for you here, as well as 3 objects that you can choose from. So please feel free to choose whichever pile number or object or card you feel most drawn to. Feel free to pause the video and meditate on the cards or the objects if that's helpful to you. Timestamps are down below in the description box, so you can click ahead to your group, and I look forward to seeing you in your reading. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So this is a look at your next chapter. You were drawn to the pocket watch here. I love this old antique pocket watch. I'm not sure if you can see, but the time is stopped here at 1:44. So the number 144 may mean something for you. You can even look that up. You might want to look up angel number 144 or the meaning of 144. Some of the numbers may be significant for you. So let's take a look at your cards here. What is your next chapter? And the first card, your kind of primary card for the reading or check-in, immediate check-in for the reading, is the Two of Pentacles. So this card tells me that at the time you're coming across this reading, you might be waiting on something. You might be feeling a bit in limbo. Maybe you're kind of waiting for things to fall into place. You might not even know exactly what you're waiting for, but you may not be taking action on, setting things up for the future at the time that you're coming across this reading. You might be kind of waiting to see how things go, waiting for an answer on something, or just kind of waiting for that sense of, okay, now it's time to progress. So this shows me kind of things being up in the air. You might be juggling a lot of responsibilities too. That's another interpretation of this card. And with this card, I was getting thoughts of leaving the city. So I don't know if you're living in a city environment. You may be thinking about potentially leaving a city environment and being closer to nature. That's a possible interpretation with this card too. So let's look at your next chapter here. It looks like you're kind of waiting for it to begin here with this Two of Pentacles card starting us out. So I asked Spirit about what will be important for you in the next chapter of your life. And Spirit is showing me the Four of Wands and the King of Cups. So from these cards, I understand that stability is very important to you. Communication is going to be very important to you in this next chapter of life. You want very healthy communication. You want to be able to freely communicate. Partnership may also be very important to you here with this Four of Wands card. I'm also getting a sense of travel with this King of Cups card. So you may be someone who enjoys travel and you want to have the freedom to travel. That's coming out in this combination as well. You may be looking to relocate. That's a possibility as well. But also I'm getting the sense of wanting to be able to have a safe harbor, to be able to kind of weather any stormy seas that come up. That's the expression that's coming to mind. Like if there are, maybe you're trying to feel into some potential challenges in the future and you want to be able to navigate those successfully here with the King of Cups card. So stability, security, having a safe harbor. You may be looking at relocating in your next chapter here with this Four of Wands coming out. And yeah, basically stability, security, possible relocation, the ability to travel, and having a safe home, safe partnership, the ability to be safe in the world, I think, is going to be very important to you for your next chapter. I did also ask Spirit for some of the events occurring for you in your next chapter of life. And for that, the response was the Nine of Pentacles, very nice card, and the Six of Cups, also a beautiful card. So these are very pleasant. So I think you can look forward to a lot of wonderful times here in the next chapter of your life. I think there's going to be a lot of enjoyment. Some celebration, of course, with this Four of Wands coming out. That's also a card of celebration. So I think you'll have things to celebrate in this next chapter of your life. With the Nine of Pentacles card, some of you will be running your own business. I'm getting that very clearly. So I'm not sure what your line of work is. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business here with this Two of Pentacles card, or you're in the early stages of a new business endeavor. The Nine of Pentacles often points to more self-employment or being the boss of some kind of employment arrangement. So again, it's owning your own business, or working in a way where you're kind of managing and directing how your day goes, basically, with the Nine of Pentacles. So I see you being very successful with this. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of material success and enjoyment and fulfillment. So with this new business, this new endeavor that you have, I do see you making good money at it, being able to sustain yourself and your way of life, quite abundantly. So that is all looking good. With the Six of Cups card here, also very pleasant card, but this can often point to the past. So with that, I'm getting a sense of writing with this reading. So I don't know if this is my pile where writers are drawn to this pile, but this might include writing a memoir here with the Six of Cups, kind of the sense of looking back on the past, reflecting on it, and maybe creating, a beautiful memoir or a very rich memoir that really touches a lot of people's hearts. I see that as a potential here with this combination. I'm also hearing specifically children leaving home. So some of you watching have children that may be leaving home in the next chapter of your life. That may resonate for some of you, or children, growing up, children kind of progressing through their stages of development. So for instance, maybe you've had a younger child at home, and now they're the next chapter of your life, they're evolving into being a teenager, and so you'll have a teenager or teenagers at home. So that sense of children growing up, and for some of you, children moving on even, is coming up. But I think you're going to adjust to this, just fine. Obviously, it comes with all of the emotions that come with us sort of leaving different phases and stages behind. But I see you, ultimately being able to provide for your children very well, and being able to move into the next chapter with a relative degree of harmony. And then I also asked Spirit for their advice for you for the next chapter of your life. And we've got the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So again, this writer image here, I really am getting a strong sense of maybe somebody writing a memoir, writing something to do with the past, maybe family stories, family history. All of these things are coming through here. Strong writer vibes coming in this reading. Also, I'm hearing dream big. Spirit really wants you to dream big. That would be some advice that you could take away from this reading. You've got some beautiful indicators of success here with the Four of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So I think, Spirit really wants you to dream big, step into the highest version of yourself. Have faith in your creative abilities here with the Three of Pentacles coming in this position. The Three of Pentacles often speaks of collaborating with others, consulting with others, conferring with others. So I think, even if you are perhaps running your own business or are self-employed in some way, you are going to be working with others. You may have clients. You may consult various professionals to keep your business or your project. For instance, if you're writing a book, you may have an agent or agents that you work with to distribute the book, market the book, etc. But I do see you working with others and working quite harmoniously with others in this next chapter of your life. So it looks like with this Ace of Wands here, I'm seeing a lot of beautiful inspiration coming to you. So really pay attention to the inspired ideas that you have. Your daydreams are going to be very fruitful for you as well. So if there are things that you've been dreaming of doing, if there are things that you feel inspired to do, the Three of Pentacles is really suggesting that you perhaps team up with others and start to make those things happen. With the Two of Pentacles card too, I was getting create your own reality. I'm not sure if I said that yet, but I was right away, create your own reality was the interpretation that came out for me. So I think with this card, you have a lot of beautiful free will, and Spirit really wants you to, use your ability to dream and create and imagine and manifest to really create your world exactly, the way that you want it to be, whether it's being, a productive writer or running your own business or whatever you're involved in here. Whatever great dreams you have, I think Spirit really wants you to create your own reality, be positive, have faith in yourself and your own abilities, work with others in ways that are harmonious. And I think you really can create a lot of success and even the stability and security and safe harbor that you are looking for. I think that is very possible for you. Then the final card that came out for you is the Two of Cups card. So it's interesting how we've got the twos flanking your reading here. And I think I forgot to mention, partnership may be also very important for you here with this Four of Wands card, and then the Three of Pentacles suggests working with others. And you've got the two twos here. So you may be coming into some kind of partnership in the next chapter of your life. That can be a romantic partnership, or perhaps you have a creative partner, or even a business partner. I know I said the Nine of Pentacles can often represent self-employment, but perhaps you partner with someone in your line of work, and that becomes a very fruitful partnership for you. That's a potential interpretation of this. I do also see your emotions really being balanced out here in your next chapter. I think you will have the ability to navigate any challenging waters that that you encounter along the next journey, to create, a beautiful partnership, beautiful relationships with others. I see this as being an emotionally stable time for you. I see you growing in emotional stability and security in this next chapter of your life. Beautiful reading, my group ones. I did also want to draw a few feather cards for you. I like to choose the oracle cards depending on what comes through in the reading. And you have a lot of birds represented in your reading here. We've got two birds in this reading, two birds in this card, two birds in this card, and then there's a bird in the central card there. So it's feeling a lot of this lightness, this airiness, a lot of bird sensation in this reading. So let's take a look at the feathers here for you and get some final messages for your next chapter of life here. See what comes through. All right. Oh, and we have, there we go. Oh, this beautiful white feather. Isn't that pretty? We have the white swan. It says, the power of divine grace is within you. Oh, beautiful card. And again, swans are another creature that are associated often with partnership, with love, with partnership, with gracefulness. So all of those things may resonate for you. It's a nice confirmation for our reading here with the white swan. And then I'll choose one additional feather here to close out your reading. Let's see what we get. Oh, and jumping out is the dove. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow, pile one. I'm really stunned with just all of this lovely beauty and grace and abundance that's coming through your reading, and a lot of love off of your reading as well. The dove says, feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. So the dove, of course, speaking of peace, tranquility, and a deep sense of peace as well, and I think with this King of Cups here, it's showing me that you really crave, a very mature level of peace. And the dove and the swan are both, of course, very peaceful creatures. So beautiful reading, group one. I hope this reading was helpful for you. I hope it made sense for you and your life, and I hope it provided some beneficial wisdom for your path ahead. Please comment down below and let me know if this resonated for you. I would love to hear. So thank you again for tuning in. I wish you all the best for a beautiful future, a beautiful next chapter, and I will see you in a future reading. Thank you. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. You chose this lovely little pendant here. I'm not sure how old this object is, but I suspect it's quite old. And it has a little trademark on the back. It says made in Limoges, France. So you may have some connection to France, perhaps. Or also I'm noticing the two figures here on this pendant. So the number 2 may be important. A partnership may be important to you. Those are just some of the things that are coming off the pendant here initially. But let's take a look at your cards. So what is included in your next chapter? Let's take a look. And the first card, the card that you were drawn to, is the Two of Wands card. So this is such a beautiful card. I was getting so much energy. I believe that's the moon, of course, in this card, but it's so bright. It's a very bright moon. It almost looks like the sun. And she's holding the world in her lap here. So from this card, I'm getting the sense that you may be, at the time that you're coming across this reading, you may be kind of hoping and dreaming about the next chapter in your life. You may be maybe sort of playing around with some ideas for what you might do next. You may be making some initial plans, but you're definitely in this more planning phase of the next chapter of your life, I would say, with the Two of Wands coming out for you. With this card, I always get a bit of a pregnant sense here with the way that she's holding the world there. So there may be a pregnancy for you in the next chapter of your life. That won't apply to everyone, but for some of you, pregnancy may be a part of your next chapter. I'm also getting a strong Earth Mother sense. You may be somebody who cares very much about the Earth, about the environment, about the planet, the climate, plants and animals. Those may be very important things to you. With this card, I also get the sense of astronomy and astrology, really being interested in the moon and the stars and things that are happening in the space realm. That may apply to you as well. So lots of interesting things coming off this card, but again, a lot of hoping and dreaming and planning and wishing, and very much in that ideation phase right now, I think, as we begin this look into your cards. So let's take a look. I asked Spirit what will be important to you in the next chapter of your life. And the cards that came out are the Six of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So with this, immediately I'm getting friendship. Friendship is going to be very important to you in this next phase of your life. I don't know if you've lost a friend recently, perhaps. and you're looking to kind of fill that void in some way in the next chapter, or if you're just having a general sense that you would like to have more friends. I'm getting the sense of friendship, companionship being very important. Again, you've got the Two of Wands here. The card depicts two people on the card, and you've got the two people on this pendant as well. So maybe a close friendship of some kind is very important to you. And with the scale that's depicted on that teapot, I'm understanding that you want a friendship that has a lot of very equal give and take to it. You may have been in friendships where you felt like you were doing all of the giving, that there wasn't any energy coming back towards you. It was just give, 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 and you didn't necessarily get anything in return. So in this next chapter of your life, you'll be very focused on more equal relationships that have some give and take to them, some relationships that are very, I think, deep, with a lot of deep conversation. And again, this sense of give and take happening here in this card. With the High Priestess, I'm also getting the sense that you'll be sort of paying more attention to your intuition in the next chapter of your life. You really want to live your life more authentically. You really want a better understanding of you, yourself, how you tick. You want the opportunity to really know yourself very deeply, I'm getting with this card. You want to understand maybe those more hidden aspects of self. So some of the things we don't always, display to other people, but that we feel very privately. You want a deeper relationship with those elements of self, a deeper understanding of those elements of self. So I see a lot of self-knowledge, self-growth here, and maybe even knowledge in particular. It's very interesting. With this reading, I'm getting a lot of science vibes off of this reading, and I've never had that before, where it's like if the scientists in the group had to pick a pile, this would be the pile that they would pick. So I don't know if you work in the sciences somehow, but I see you wanting to expand your knowledge here with the High Priestess card. So that may be scientific knowledge, or it could be spiritual or esoteric knowledge as well. But you may resonate with being a scientist, because that energy is coming through strongly here. Or maybe you have just a very strong interest in the sciences. Very curious. So let's look at the events happening for you in the next chapter of your life. And you've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So I see you being very comfortable in the next chapter of your life. So I would take a big exhale, because it looks like you will have what you need and more in the next chapter of your life. Things look very comfortable, quite abundant. I see you being able to really, take good care of yourself and enjoy the pleasures of life. So that looks wonderful for your next chapter. With this Queen of Swords card, I'm also getting elevated position. So I don't know if you're looking at some kind of promotion in the next chapter of your life. If you are interested in a promotion or pursuing a promotion, I do see that happening for you in the next chapter of your life. With this telescope here next to the High Priestess, I do also get the sense that you'll almost be able to see into the future. So that'll mean different things to different people, but you'll have this sort of far-seeing ability. You'll be able to perhaps pick up on trends, or pick up on certain facts or phenomenon that will allow you to just kind of almost predict the way that certain things will come out. I see the ability to look into the future, to sort of understand what's coming. And this is also a card of high intelligence here, the Queen of Swords. This is a very intelligent energy, very masterful energy. This would be like a professor at a university kind of level here with the Queen of Swords. So maybe that applies to someone out there. You may work at a university or some kind of educational establishment here with this card, but I see you being very comfortable. I see you being elevated to a very high position in the next chapter of your life, and I see you having a wonderful ability to see and sense out into the future as you move forward in your life path. I also asked Spirit for some advice for you in the next chapter of your life, and Spirit is giving me a little bit of caution here with the Devil and the Five of Cups. So what I'm getting here is I'm hearing don't get entangled. So that may mean something for you when I say these words, don't get entangled. They're pointing to some kind of entanglement that they want you to avoid. That might be a mental entanglement. That might be an entanglement with certain people or institutions. There's some kind of entanglement that they want you to be aware of that may not be for your best interest. So just be aware of the entanglement. They're also, for some of you, they're also pointing to, beware of perhaps a tendency for maybe some addictive behaviors, whether it's addiction to substances of some kind, or it can even be just addiction to the internet, or distractions of some kind, just things that sort of distract you from everyday life. They don't want you to get overly entangled in these distractions of life. With the Five of Cups too, they're also suggesting that there may be a tendency to focus on things that you have lost. Maybe it's a friendship that you have lost, or other things that you have lost in life. It could be anything from a position at work to people in your life. And this might be part of this entanglement here. They really want you to be looking out into the future and not back at the past. It just, it could slow you down, I guess, to spend too much of your focus on the past things that have gone wrong, that haven't worked out, or people that you have lost. Certainly it's absolutely healthy and okay to feel our feelings of loss and grief, but sometimes it comes a point where it can be working against us. So that is just a word of caution from Spirit. Take it as you will. It'll apply to everyone a little bit differently, but mainly they're saying to beware of entanglements, beware of any addictions, and take a look at loss and your relationship to loss in your life, because they don't want that to slow you down in any way. Got some beautiful things here to look forward to in your next chapter with that Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And then finally, the kind of the outcome card they're showing me here is the Three of Cups. So if you are desiring friendships, I see you having friends in this next chapter of your life. I think you can enjoy, nice, positive, joyful friendships. This is often a card of joy and celebrations as well. So maybe you are getting, that promotion or elevated to that higher position, and you will have that to celebrate and look forward to. The Three of Cups, again, does speak to, joyfulness, celebration, good times. I think you can look forward to having much of that in your next chapter of life. So before we go, that is the main reading, but I also wanted to draw a few oracle cards for you. And I don't often use this deck, but with your reading in particular, I was drawn to the Oracle of the Roses. And this is a deck by Sherilyn Darcy. And each of these cards is a particular kind of rose. So I wanted to see what kind of rose comes out for you. Let's see what we have here. These cards can be a little bit slow, I find. It's so interesting how each of the decks behaves very differently. So let us get a deck for group 2. Spirit, show me group 2. What do we have for group 2, Spirit? Getting this one. Okay, so the card that you got is the Democrat, and it says the Carolina Rose, and this is a wild rose. All right, group 2, let me read you the Democrat. As I said, this is the Carolina Rose, and the book's description says, many of us believe we are being fair and just, but it is simply our beliefs and our filters that make us feel somehow righteous. Seek balance and create greater focus on equality in what you are doing by silencing your inner voice and personal views for a moment. Is this really fair? And does it take into account longer-term possibilities not only for others, but also for yourself? The Democrat acknowledges outside influences as relevant to them, even if they do not agree with them. They will clear space to listen, to observe, to understand the needs, positions, and goals of other people and institutions. Wow, I'm really struck with how this really echoes the Six of Pentacles card. You know, we often talk about fairness and balance with the Six of Pentacles card, as you can see with that scales on the teapot there. This also says ethnobotanical archetype exploration. It's not just about me. What and who is it that I need to make space for in my life? And the meanings and uses of this card: responsibility, fairness, balance, choice, and justice. The deities that this card works with are Themis and Equitus, and it's the astrological sign for this card is Libra. So interesting. A lot about sort of fairness, balance, taking other people's perspectives into account, making space for others. So that may resonate for you as you're kind of processing this reading here today. All right, my group 2, beautiful reading for you. I wish you all the very best with the next chapter of your life. I hope you will take a moment to subscribe to my channel so you can get notified every time I upload a new reading. I thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your next chapter in life reading. You chose this beautiful sparkly brooch here. It's very nice. So before I get into your reading, I just have to say you had a really fascinating reading. I'm going to show you some of the very interesting patterns that emerged in your cards as we go through your reading, but really a very stunning reading. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. The card that you were drawn to in the intro is the Ace of Pentacles card. So this is a very nice card. It shows me a lot of enthusiasm. It shows me, you know, somebody who's really looking to make their way in the world, somebody with a lot of potential, and somebody with the kind of the drive and the enthusiasm to make their plans a reality. I'm really noticing the hearts on this character's dress here. So love may be something that's coming in for you in the next chapter of your life here. I was really drawn to that. And let's take a look at the rest of your cards here. So I did ask Spirit for some information about what is going to be important to you in the next chapter of your life. And the cards that I got for you are the Fool and the Ace of Swords. So the Ace is a wonderful card to get in any position. So we'll talk about the fact that it's in reverse here. But I want to show you what I noticed right away with your combination of cards as we get started here. I don't know if you can see this, but there's this kind of curled shape here, and this sort of underground alligator has a very curled shape, very similar, almost like a fern, if you're familiar with fiddleheads, the fiddleheads of ferns. It's that curled shape. And it's also happening in this Ace of Swords card here with this nautilus shape. So all three of your first cards have this curled fern kind of shape. I really think of a sense of unfurling, a sense of opening up. The Fool card, of course, is a major arcana card, so it speaks of new beginnings. It very much talks about a new chapter of life, so I'm not surprised you were drawn to this reading. And this is a big new chapter. This is, a whole new cycle in life that you're embarking upon here. And these three cards are really speaking to you, kind of unfurling, uncurling, beginning to open up, beginning to just kind of sprout, I guess. So you may be in the very early stages of your new chapter at the time that you're coming to this reading. Of course, the Fool is the very start of the journey. So, if you're just kind of beginning to emerge from this almost slumbering state, I think you're right on track, because all of these cards are pointing to the very beginning of a beginning. They're talking about the seeds of something wonderful, kind of within you, that are just beginning to awaken. And this sense of uncurling and emerging, and it being very much a springtime kind of feeling, is very powerful in your reading already. And, these are just the first three cards. So I think you've got big things coming here when I see this Fool card. The size of this alligator underneath, it's like absolutely enormous, but this character here is kind of on the top level and may not even realize like how big her future is underneath her. I see this Ace of Swords here holding the key. So I think you really do have, the key to great success here, perhaps with some of these ideas that are emerging within you for how you can progress in life. Maybe it's an educational path you want to pursue, or a business you want to pursue, or some kind of creative project. I think you really are holding the key to success within you here with this Ace of Swords in reverse card. So I also asked Spirit, in your next chapter, what events are unfolding for you, or what events can you look forward to in your life? And this was astonishing to me as well, because in this column, we go to, we're very furled. We've got these closed kind of fern fiddlehead images. And then here it's a real opening up, a real unveiling. So I think the events that you can look forward to in your next chapter include in unveiling something, something really astonishing, maybe being able to open up to the world with your talents and your abilities and your contributions. I see you really loving what you do here with this Ace of Cups card. I see you spreading your light, your joy, your love, maybe through your business or through your creative projects. I see you being able to spread that out into the world in a really beautiful way here with the Ace of Cups. And already you've got, three aces, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So I think you're looking at a very positive new chapter here with all of these aces coming out. You have support, divine support, I think, for this new endeavor that you're undertaking. And the Wheel of Fortune also speaks of positive forward progress. So I think you're going to be making positive forward progress with your plans here in this next chapter of your life. What you unveil in this next chapter of your life, I think, is going to be loved by many. I think it has the potential to be very successful. And also the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana. So I think this is a big new chapter of your life. I think very profound things are going to be happening for you, major life changes, major events that really will kind of set up the perhaps future stages of your life as well here with these cards coming out. I did also ask Spirit for a bit of advice for you in your next chapter. I got the Nine of Pentacles, and this card has come out in every group today. So really interesting. And this card speaks of obviously fulfillment, happiness, joy, abundance. Very beautiful card to get. And also the Two of Cups came out. So with these cards coming up in the advice position, what I'm hearing is that Spirit would really wants you to relish some of the beautiful events, opportunities, people, feelings, even emotions that will be coming your way in this next cycle of life. I think some beautiful things are really going to be opening up for you, happening for you. And Spirit, with this Nine of Pentacles in this position, is just saying, enjoy it, really relish it, appreciate it, make sure you take the time to really bask in it, and, experience all of the gratitude that you may be feeling for these wonderful developments, because I think something really beautiful is going to be opening up for you here in your next chapter. Also with the Two of Cups in the advice position, and with it next to this Ace of Cups thing, I see her reflection mirrored here. And the Two of Cups can be a card of mirroring as well. So the advice that I'm hearing from Spirit is that to pay attention to what is being mirrored back to you in your life. That's how they're wording it. So if certain events occur that, maybe like a wonderful event occurs, you might want to pay attention to what that's mirroring back to you about maybe your own inner thoughts and feelings and dialogue and experiences. If anything happens in your world that is maybe a little off, also kind of pay attention to what that might be mirroring back to you. They're really pointing out this sense of mirroring and being able to use the universe and the events that happen and things that arise as a way of looking in the mirror, I guess, is what Spirit is trying to say. And you can kind of make internal adjustments as you see these things mirrored back to you. So I hope that makes sense. That is how it is coming through. Also, the Two of Cups is the card of partnerships as well. And I did notice this love, the love imagery on her dress here. She's got all these cute little hearts on her dress. And then this is a card of, supreme love here, the Ace of Cups, a very loving card next to the Two of Cups. So I'm not sure what your love position is right now or your partnership position, but you could well have a significant love interest coming into your life in this next chapter here, especially with this Nine of Pentacles, the card of like fulfillment and happiness. There may be a love partnership, and you also may have, very loving, sort of open-hearted relationships with colleagues as well going into your next chapter here. I think, this card can speak of finding aligned business partners, creative partners, educational partners even, that can help us create what we want to see in the world. So that is your advice from Spirit. Pay attention to the mirror, enjoy what you have, and look for aligned souls to match efforts with. And then finally, I asked for one outcome card, but Spirit came through with two. So again, you just have the most beautiful cards in this reading. The Nine of Cups, again, this card of emotional fulfillment. You have just a beautiful chapter coming in for you here. Again, I think you're seeing this at the very beginning stages. You might still be in this like kind of tightly curled position, but as this opens up, I think you're going to find some beautiful emotional fulfillment here with this Nine of Cups card, and then coming out to the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, this is really going to blossom to fullness here. And also the Four of Wands card you received. This is a card that speaks of joy, celebrations, happy partnerships, stability, security. It can talk about, triumph, victory even. So again, like just so much warmth and positivity in your reading here today. So I think you're looking at a very beautiful chapter ahead for you, my group threes. Really enjoy it. It looks like you've got some lovely things lined up for you here. And I think you're going to really enjoy this next chapter of your life. Beautiful cards coming out for you. wonderful journey too. So finally, just to close out your reading, I'm going to choose from the Work Your Light Oracle deck here by Rebecca Campbell. I really love this, the beautiful light and energy that this deck holds. So let's draw an oracle card for you here just to kind of send you on your way with a last bit of wisdom. And this card that you got says Priestess. It says, how are you being called to step up and lead? How are you being called to step up and lead? So beautiful card. And this, I am getting some leadership in this card. This Nine of Pentacles often is a card of somebody who's in a leader position. You know, somebody who sort of independently is able to create wealth and abundance. So you may be looking at a leadership role in the next phase of your life here. That's very possible. So beautiful card, Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So you may be sort of stepping up and leading in this next chapter of your life. That may be what's ahead for you. And I think you have a lot of beautiful qualities to offer the world and to offer a leadership position. So I wish you all the best with this, my group threes. Very beautiful reading. I have enjoyed reading your cards. I wish you all the very best. Please take a moment and click the like button if you are willing. I would love your support in helping to spread my channel to more people. So by hitting the like button, that accomplishes that. And if you would like to see more readings from me, please, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. That way you'll get notified every time I post a new reading. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much, Group 3. I wish you all the very best. Have a beautiful life, a beautiful future, and I will see you next time.